Hey there, Tracy. How's it going? This is Courtney, and in this video, I'm going to show you 3 things you can do today to bring in more customers to your business. Because let's be honest, oftentimes in the world of the internet, most local business owners are way too busy running their business to learn how the internet can benefit them and their company. And sometimes the only hesitation they have to, working with someone is they don't know who is an expert and who isn't. I have found by giving people an easy free attack plan of actual things they can do to help impact their business has resulted in a lot of those local business owners still raising their hands and asking me to help them grow. So if by the end of this video you've liked what you heard, and you can see that I have a lot of tricks up my sleeve that can really help your business, reach back out to me and we can chat. So now let me show you 3 things you can do today that will set your company above your competition, which are content, citations, and backlinks. So, content. Most business owners know that they need content, but lots of them actually don't know that studies have shown that Google wants for there to be at least 1,500 words on the home page. Not only that, the content needs to have the right keywords. Google does this because it gets them to know your business and its purpose. Right now, because your site isn't published, I just copied all the content on here and put it into this word counter, and you're sitting at 198 at the moment. I know you didn't publish it or finish it yet, but just to give you an idea. And I went ahead and I did the same thing for your competitors. For a couple of competitors I found for you in the Fredericksburg area, and these people are sitting at 538 words, and I did it with this one too, and they are sitting at 259, right? And this is totally beatable, by the way. They just put in slightly more effort with their words, but this is totally, you can totally dominate them with this. So just to give you more context of what I mean, so in terms of content, everything that you see highlighted is, once your website is published, this is what Google looks at when it comes to scanning your website. And even any photos, that means that any photos you have on here, you want to make sure that they are all optimized, right? You want to make sure they all have the correct keywords embedded into them. So for example, let me see. So obviously you're still working on this one, but this one isn't optimized. This one doesn't have like the correct keywords on here. And just to give you like an idea of what I mean by keywords. So if you're not familiar with keywords, these are words or phrases that people search up each month to help resolve their issues or concerns that they go through. And you could miss out on a lot of potential clients by not having those keywords on your website. And just to give you like a good idea, we're just going to step over here to Eris. This is a tool that essentially gives me behind the scenes details of things that Google looks at when it comes to ranking a site. And I came over here just for a couple of things. I know that you don't have your website published, so I'm not able to look at an audit of your site because you don't have anything for it since it's not been published yet. But we're just going to take a look at a couple of your competitors, right? So we just came over here to look at a couple of things, one of them being keywords. And we're just going to take a look at what the keywords are. Since there's only 2, so. All right, so here are some examples of some keywords that we have. And I know like for your site, we want to be able to hone in on the type of people you want to attract, right? We want to be able to have those keywords that can be geared towards them. And one thing we want to be mindful of, we want to try not to have, I don't think I mentioned this in the other video either. I'm sorry, the other video that I made for your husband, this will apply to him too. You don't want keywords that are just geared towards your business name, because you don't want people to just be finding you because of your business name. And the reason why is because not everybody's going to know your business name. So you want to be having keywords that are geared towards, the general public, right? So we want to be careful of the type of keywords, those type of keywords that we have. All right, so we're just going to take a look at like a competitor, and these guys are ranking for 8 keywords at the moment. All right, and these are just some of the keywords that they're ranking for right now. These are Richmond and everything. And then just to give you like an idea, because I know you said you're local and everything. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to take a keyword just to give you an idea, and I'm going to plop it into Google. right here. And then we're just going to take a look on the whole page. And the next thing we're going to go into will be citations. And what a citation is and why it's important, I will get into that very, very shortly. But first, I'd like to go over this section right here. Now, I know that when we talked, I mentioned I will look into if, having a Google business profile will be beneficial for you guys. And you can actually have a Google business profile for your business because, as you can see, there's quite a bit of competition in this area. So it could be really, really good for you to have one. I know before we discussed the difficulty of using both of your home addresses, so you may need to find a different address. We could talk further about that later. But this right here is the Google Maps pack, right? This is where your Google business profile would show up, and this is where your business's name, address, and phone number are listed. This is basically how Google verifies and gives relevance to your local business. And how you actually show up in the maps is pretty simple. So here's a picture. This is a picture right here that'll just illustrate what I'm about to say. So you want to have your business's name, address, and phone number, and you want to have it listed on hundreds of directories. So, BBB, Yelp, CityStar, so on. And the goal is you want to have more than your competitor because it'll allow you to gain more trust in them from Google, and this will push you above your competitor in the map pack. And how we actually go about getting these citations are pretty simple, actually. There are tools and sites that tell us exactly what directories your competition is listed on, and then we literally go down their list and match those directories. But we don't want to just stop there because you don't want to just match these. You don't want to just match these businesses, right? You want to dominate them. So we want to get whatever your competitor has in citations, and we want to add 50 to 100 more so that it takes them a long time to catch up, right? Okay, and then the goal of this is that you want to be in the top 3, right? Because people don't click on more businesses, so the higher up you are, the more clicks you get. So the ideal goal is to be in this top 3 section. Right? And then going on to the last thing I'd like to discuss, and that will be backlinks or link juice. And this third pillar will really, really help you guys, help you to dominate on Google. And so when we search up this, keyword, obviously your website isn't published, but the goal is you want to have it in the top 3, right? And the reason why is because, again, this is where people click on. We have short attention spans. Like we really do not. We click on the first. A lot of us, we just click on the first thing we see. So we want to be up here where the sauce is, where the action is. So in order to get up here, you want to have authority, and how you get authority comes back down to backlinks. And a backlink is when one website links to another website online. So think of it like this. If site A links to site B, then site A is giving site B some of its link juice. It's like a vote of confidence. And in Google's eyes, this is passing authority. And the more relevant the site, the more valuable the link. So for example, if you get a local blog, if you get a blog talking about, best tips on traveling, that is a lot more effective having to link back to you versus, something like a Domino's linking to you. So going back over here to Ahrefs, this is a tool that would, give us insight on the type of backlinks that you would have. And right now one of your competitors is sitting at 45. And then we're going to go to your other one. And they're over here sitting at 21. And how to go about getting, backlinks is also pretty simple. So there are tools like Ahrefs, which will allow us to see what sites are linking to your competitor. And we go get those exact same links for your business. So it's pretty simple. So in closing, we went over content. Your front page needs to have at least 1,500 words to beat out your you need to have at least 1,500 words. You want to have citations. You want to have 200 to 300 of these to beat out the competition by a landslide. And link juice. You need more relevant sites pointing back at you guys to show Google you are the authority. And if you start implementing these strategies, today you can be number 1 across Google. And I bet you're wondering, what do I do now, right? And you can go with this information I gave you and you can do this on your own. Or you can, or if you want a more effective route and you want to save yourself the time because it's a lot of it, you could give me a call or text at 218-517-5513. I look forward to hearing from you. Have a great day. Bye, Tracy.